Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of DNA Outdoors. We are all wrapped up with the 2026 turkey season. Before we get started, I hope that everyone had a successful turkey season. First time harvest, the early spring mornings, the long days, and the times spent with friends and family while in the pursuit of the wild turkey. Turkey hunting teaches us woodsmanship, patience, and for approximately 3 months out of the year gives us a love-hate relationship. Prior to transitioning into deer season and all other wild game seasons that are upcoming this fall, on today's episode I want to show you all, as I self-film 80 to 90% of the time I'm in the pursuit of an animal, what I carry in my turkey vest, the accessories that I use, and what works for me. By the end of this episode, I hope at least one thing shared here helps you on your next turkey hunting adventure, whether it's a new tactic, a fresh perspective, or a lesson you carry into the woods.
It's June 4th today, I think, and we're pretty much, the turkey season's wrapped up. I think the only state that is that's currently in season right now is Maine, I believe. But we hunted Florida, Georgia, New York, and Tennessee this year, and pretty much had success everywhere. There was no birds harvested in New York, but we were really close. We got on some, but in New York you can only hunt till 12. But the purpose of today's video is I really want to go over my setup, just simply what I use kind of on my day-to-day basis whenever I'm out in the turkey woods. The gun's completely unloaded because I got little man running around. As a self-filming hunter, I do carry a lot. I've actually weighed my vest and it's close to 20 pounds between the camera gear, the gun, and then the vest itself. And so you're fine. Go over there. You're fine. There you go. So if you guys check out some of the earlier videos from this year, I was using a side-by-side double barrel CZ 12 gauge. I believe the specs on that is 28 inches. The choke tubes that I bought for those were the Carlson's choke tube that best was compatible for that specific gun. I ended up killing a bird with that, actually 2 this year, my first bird in Tennessee, and then 1 bird in Florida. And so the Tennessee harvest is on the channel, so if you guys want to check that out. But this particular setup is a Winchester Longbeard model. It's the 50th version, or 50-year anniversary Winchester SXP, I believe. This barrel length is 26 inches. This specific edition came with a full choke already, kind of like the I think it's the Stevenson 301 model 410. It already comes with the turkey choke, so this edition did come with the turkey choke already, and the chamber is accountable for up to a 3.5-inch shell, which is actually what I was using, just so I can have, but just because I'm already just a little bit shorter on a barrel, but it does come with an extra full choke, and then going with the 3.5 inches just so in case I did need to get out there in range from 50 to 60 yards, I can do it. And last year I did shoot a bird in Florida with this, which is also on the channel. Mossy oak bottomland, OD green all the way down. I put a adjustable sling on it. It's very simple to use. That's kind of what I hunted with on the back end of this year's turkey tour. It's deadly. I do recommend it. I think it was, I don't think they're available anymore because there was only a limited edition, I believe, but they were right around like 600 bucks. So it's a little expensive, but I wanted something with a pistol grip, and just did some research and found this, and they still had it available. And so, like I said, it's the number 6 shot Winchester Longbeard XRs, 3.5 inch. The double X's are actually not bad either. These are, I believe, a little bit more expensive of a box, but either way. So moving on to kind of because I travel a lot. Son, quit. So kind of moving into like my sleeping arrangements whenever I travel and if I'm by myself, and I don't really normally bring a tent. What I'll actually do is I just lay this seat down right here. Well, both seats down. Right now I got little man's car seat in here, so I'm not gonna lay it down, but just to, you know, give you guys a visual, I lay both seats down, and I'm right at 6 feet, so I just lay diagonally across. I usually have my cooler right there. I have my pot for boiling water, this because I'm huge on coffee, and so I'll use just a simple setup. Go to Walmart. I think this was like 20-30 bucks. These canisters are like $5. It lasted me for a quarter of the season, and I normally pack a bunch of like finger foods kinda, so that way I can kind of tote and go as I need. This here is kind of just my little hunting box. It holds a ton of just extra stuff that I might need when I come back from camp or whatever. I have some 550 core rope, extra bug spray just in case. I have more bug spray here just in case I end up running out of Thermacell cartridges and liquid. Highly, I see a bunch of people online using this stuff, and it really truly works. It's the Sawyer Premium Insect Repellent, and it's really good. It's best to, you know, help with your ticks. You can spray it on your gear, you can spray it on your tents, you can spray it on your clothes. Just if you spray it on your clothes, make sure you read the directions on the back, because I believe it's like you really want to make sure that this stuff dries out. So I always, if I'm going to plan on spraying this on my clothes, I'll spray it on my clothes about probably closer to 48 hours. It might be a little too much, but I just do it just as extra precaution before I'll put those clothes on, because I don't believe it's supposed to be coming in contact wet directly with the skin. This is just a bunch of different GoPro attachments, more 550 core, bandages, tourniquets. So I'm normally traveling a lot by myself, so if something happens, I have it to carry with me. Knife sharpener, more ropes. This is a drunk call, so you know, I kind of integrate and change this box depending on what I'm after, whether it's deer, turkey, and a ton of different knives, little hedge clippers, car chargers, headphones, extra gloves, gauze, batteries. I just pack a little bit of everything. And here, you know, just, you never know what you might need. And that's about it for this, but this stays in the car, obviously. And I also have some reading material. And again, everything that I'm kind of going through now is, you can go on the older content from this year and see that like what I'm using, or what I'm about to explain, is what I'm using throughout the season. There's some Georgia videos in there. There's some videos from Florida in there, Tennessee, and then like I said, in New York, I didn't really have any, we didn't harvest anything, but we did get on a few on the very, on my trip there, but we just weren't able to make it happen. I got a little man back here too. He's gonna kind of hand me what I use. But I bought this particular vest. It's a Primo's. I really don't even know exactly. I bought it so long ago. But it's the Primo's signature vest. And as you guys can see here, this little pouch in the back, it opens. This is the back. It has a slot in the back here, just like that, which is where I'll keep the stick for the decoy. I normally carry around one hen decoy, otherwise, and I don't always put it out. I carry a fan with me, just so I can help with scratching noises, fly downs in the mornings. But this pouch here, and even if you harvest, you can put your bird in here, snap it back, and tote it out instead of having, depending on how far you are, if you don't have a way of, you don't have one of them turkey where it wraps around the feet, you can and hold it here comfortably. You can open this up. This is a little bulky, I'll be honest. I like it. I've used it for so long, it works for me. So again, I'm just trying to help you guys with what I use that helps me with the success that, you know, I do have and getting on turkeys. But this is also, I've had this vest for close to 10 years, and I swear there's still pockets that I'm finding because Will Primo's really went above and beyond on making this vest. I would say there's just so many different pockets that I kind of, you know, I'm still finding out where and how I can use things. So I have a piece of mesh here that I actually have a hole cut out in this to go around the lens of the camera, with the camera being in front of me, and then using this to put around my legs. So I put that back here with this, and then I put the decoy in here. I believe this is, again, I've bought this stuff so long ago, probably 6-7 years ago, but I think this is just a, yeah, it's an Avion X, just standing hen, not feeding, nothing special. Comes with this pad that you can detach with 2 straps, 2 buckles right there. But I always have my full camo. I'll typically carry my pistol right in here, just because, again, I'm traveling by myself, so I just always like to be extra precautious. I'm hunting a lot of places that have bear, deadly snakes, so you never know when you come across something and you know you might need a little bit of extra protection. And so I'll normally carry a pistol right here, and again, you can see that in the other videos. I'll have it tossed right there. I have my rangefinder. This is actually a Tenzing vinyl harness, and I like it a lot. It really works for me. I have a Halo rangefinder. It works really well. I have it tied, so if I needed to, just whether I'm regularly bow hunting and I'm looking, I'm having a hard time maybe finding this because you're in the heat of the moment, your heart's thumping, I can just let it go quietly and not have to worry about it just falling down the tree stand or falling on the ground and making a bunch of noise. My binocular setup, it's nothing special, nothing crazy. It's just 12 by 50 Diamondback HD. They're light, works great for what I need. I am planning to upgrade eventually to a better Vortex brand. Probably gonna go with the Vipers, just something like the next step up on the quality side of Vortex. But these are good quality. They work great, and I think they're like less than $300. And I've had them for several years. Getting into elk hunting pretty soon, so I do want something that's just a little bit more HD equivalent, and something that it's a little better for being able to glass further distances. And then the Primo's also that has magnets on this. You can let go and it's hands-free. Pretty strong. Again, I've had this for probably 7 to 10 years. This vest here, I've had it for a long time. It's obviously been out in the weather and worn down, and it works really well. And the magnets are still strong. I've never replaced anything on this. To kind of break into what I have in the vest. All right, so now I have my vest on, and you can see, like I said, it's kind of bulky, but it works for me. And I'm also self-filming a lot. I think the most important thing to try to take away from this is just what calls that I'm carrying. But this particular setup is because I'm hunting from early morning to pretty much all day long. I carry water right here. I'll normally put one in the back, the pouch that I showed you guys earlier. So at least right around a gallon of water I try to carry with me. I also carry food somewhere in here. I'll carry food. A lot of times I put it in here. Just stuff that really has some calories in it, that's not too bulky, and things that I can also put in my water for hydration. You know, some electrolytes throughout the day. So a lot of times where I'm hunting, it's hot and I sweat a lot too. So I want to, you know, really not to have any reason whatsoever to go back to the car. Because I'm walking, I'm on foot, and I might be miles away. I have this vest set up to sort of, as I'm getting into the woods and hunting, everything that I really need is kind of up top, working my way down. So the further down that I go, the less relevant that it is, the less that I need to use it versus other items. So I have the binoculars, the rangefinder. I have right here, I carry Woodhaven slate call. My strikers are right in here. I have my strikers right in here on my right side, so I can, because it's pretty easy, it's pretty simple. You can pretty much with one hand just open it up, grab a striker. For the most part, if I give it a little bit of grab to it, I can close it one hand and I'm done. Grab this and then make my calls. So I have that. Then I have a backup call down here. I like using mainly on this side. I have a river cane call that I use a lot. Had a lot of success with this in Tennessee. Again, both of those videos are up on the channel. Some really great hunts. The first Tennessee video is actually a gun giveaway and my buddy's very first turkey. So check that out. I think you'll really enjoy it. Me and my buddy Caleb, we got our butts handed to us for 3 days, but we stuck to it and we finally made it happen. And it was kind of unbelievable. But so I have a river cane call and I have a wingbone call, and I kind of just try to let the gobblers tell me what they like, and that's why I carry a variety of calls with me, because if they're answering to this, then I'll try not to use this, and vice versa. Same thing goes with my slate call. And then I have down here, I also have a dead end call, glass over slate, I believe. So if I really want to get some pitch out there, it's a little windy, I'm trying to cut and get that sound out there and create some distance with the vocalization. I have my glass call here. That's another reason why I like this wing bone, because it really pops compared to this river cane. But I wouldn't say mastering the wing bone, but if you can just really dial it down and just get a tune going, I think this works really well too for popping that sound when you're in some really dense woods and you want to try to get your sound further away. So that's why I really like my wing bone. And I also keep in here my mouth calls I have a variety in here. I like trying out different brands and supporting other businesses. So I have some Bobrooks in here. I think, you know, everybody does. I have some Pinhoti in here, and I've used others in the past. I've used Zinc, I've used Primos, but I like trying other people's calls out, other companies' calls out, just to, there's the helicopter. So recently too, I actually just, this purple call on the backside is sort of like a one-sided batwing call. I think most companies are calling it the reverse combo, but it's something sort of like that. This is a really small town guy. Ended up finding him on Facebook. He's based out of New York. He made me a couple of calls. I used him towards the end of the season. It's a 3-reed call, which is really what I like preferably. I like the combo cut mainly because on like the V cut, the cuts that are normally focused towards the center of the mouth call is harder for me to add more diversity to my hen calling. You know, for kikis and wines and cuts and stuff, it's a lot easier for me specifically to get a call of that hen out there, like I say, a center cut of the mouth call. So I like the right side cut on a mouth call. It allows me to create more hen vocalization. And then I did find another guy on Facebook. I think this is a cedar wood with crystal over slate, and what he did is had the channel logo engraved on it. Super neat. I did use it in New York. It worked well, but obviously on that flight with Delta, they didn't read the sign with my packaging, handle with care, fragile. So suing Delta for ruining my turkey call. Just kidding. But because they actually ruined my Woodhaven call as well. Don't believe that is supposed to be how that works, but didn't know that. It was fine on the way up there, but on the way back, I guess they knew that I didn't kill anything, so they just figured, what the hell, you don't need it anyway. So I opened up the bag to unpack, and I saw that there was like some glass in the bottom of it, and so I'm gonna keep it for memory. It's the first turkey call that I've had made for the channel, customly. Hopefully I'll be rich soon, and just like I said, I'm suing Delta for an emotional loss, and you know, probably free flights for the rest of my life. But anyways, just kidding. I have my Peaks. This is a red light version. Peaks also sells a green light. They don't do green and red together. It's green or red, but I believe they're priced the same. I like red over green, and then obviously this light as well has several different settings with the white light as well, and then I think it has a strobe option as well. So I keep that right in here because it's, again, most accessible from top to bottom. As I'm getting going and going through the woods, if I forgot to put on my gloves and my face mask, they're also right up here at the top, and then we're done. Real quick, going right back to the calls. I have my stone scratcher, the sandpaper grit on the other side. These, I think Primo sells these on their website. Sure, Amazon sells them. I think I got this off Primo's though. And I'm sure most local retail stores sell them. And then I have some backups as well. Some Scotch, I think Brillo pad paper is what it's called. I have some sandpaper in here. So I've got both right here with my slate here, and then my calls here. And again, my backup glass over slate from the Dead End Call series right here. And this is where I'll keep my strikers in here. As I said, I have two different strikers, and I think Little Man might have taken my crow call, but I'll normally put my crow call right here as well, but I'll wear it. Oh, it's right here. Thought he had it. So I'll actually wear it as I'm walking around. When I'm done with it, I'll hit the call. If I don't hear anything, I just kind of this little pocket right in here, I'll just tuck that right there. So that way, you know, I don't really have to worry about it flopping around and being in the way. And same thing if I'm wearing my river cane call, if I'm really getting the turkeys going on that particular day, I put it around my neck. This is a longer lanyard, but I also do the same thing. I'll stick it right here. Probably can't really see it in the camera, but it's right it's right here. It's easily accessible. Just don't hear anything, just put it right back, keep on trucking. That's why I like having this, and I like having the this as well, the wing bone, because I can you can hear how much louder it is, and I'm not doing anything different with sucking in on this call versus that call. I'm doing the exact same thing, but it just has that much more velocity with the pitch, and so it just really gets out there. And so, but I also like using those two, because then after that I can keep my hands free, because I'll carry my gun right here and it just sticks. Don't have to worry about really carrying it, and then my hands are free. So if I need to grab something, my binoculars, I don't have to put a call down. I can just go, look, do my thing, scan, put this back down, and then if I need a call, then I can go get it. And the same reason too, I don't normally use a mouth call personally until I'm actually working a bird and I'm not going to be moving that much, because with all of this weight that I'm carrying, my mouth dries out really, really fast. So along with the food that I mentioned that I carry, I also carry gum. I'll put a couple of sticks of gum in here. Matter of fact, here's one right here. It's kind of crushed, but I'll put a couple of sticks of gum in here along with some, like say, some other snacks. And if I notice that my mouth's starting to dry out, I'll put in a piece of gum and chew it. But that's why I used to walk around a lot with my mouth call, but I'm breathing in my mouth, in my nose, back and forth. And so it just started drying me out, and then it would really affect my ability to be able to call with the mouth call when I'm sitting down trying to work a bird in, and I want as less movement as possible. Going from there, I do have some ability on some things in here. This is my place for my box call. I believe there's also, you have some options over here. You can put a box call in there, put this flap down. I actually don't have anything in here. You can put strikers in here, some other things, chalk. This one is also another space for a pot call, but it's empty. I just carry the two. On my right side, to continue there, I have all of my thermocell equipment that I need. Extra pads, extra fuel, all goes right in here, and pretty much nothing else. So, because again, I don't want a reason to go back to the car. So, especially if I'm working a bird, but I don't want to be bitten or anything like that, I'll carry bug spray and thermocell. So that way, if in case I run out with one, I don't run out with another, and I don't forget anything. So everything is carried right in here. And I do my best to try to make sure before I leave the car that I do have extras in here, but the thermocell is also ready to go. So I'm just turning it on and going. Getting into the thermocell, I carry it right here on the side, kind of just out of the way, and I only use it whenever I need to. And I'll try to spray some like bug spray on. That way, like as I'm walking and trying to find a turkey and the bugs might be bad, I'll just spray some on me and over my face. before I leave the car, so that way I don't have to run this, and I can just use this primarily once I sit down. But I'll normally put an extra gas cell in here and then the pads, but also have extra gas and pads in here as well. And so, but this case comes with a clip, and if you guys look closely right here, I have these little straps that are, it's more of just a little pocket. And so what I do is whenever I'm sitting down and I'll turn it on, instead of, you know, you're always trying to find somewhere to put it on the ground and then it falls or whatever, I just clip mine right here. And whenever I'm done and, you know, I need to get up, move, and go turkey, I'll either leave it there, and again, hands-free, it's completely out of the way, and it's also right by my face. I can fight off bugs and stuff right here if I absolutely need to. My main thing for me is being attacked at my ears, my neck, my face. If I can keep this good, I can withstand the rest and go from there. But once this is really cooking and going, you know, then I'm typically okay. Continuing on the right side is I have my chalk. I got my box call here, got my chalk on the same side. So, you know, when I need to re-chalk my box if it's got wet or whatever. On this this other zipper right here, as you see, this top zipper, or I'm sorry, this is the top zipper, and then you have this one as well, which leads to where my chalk is. These two down here, I don't have anything, but this very top one right here is where I keep most of my tourniquet stuff. So I have, this is the adherent wrap is what it is. So after, you know, if you get a really bad cut or whatever, then you can wrap it around your arm and then it sticks to itself. So I carry this in here. I carry a ton of gauze in here, Q-tips to go with it. Because again, you never know what you might need. I have this, I help use as tourniquets, tape as well, some extra rope. Because a lot of times too, I'll actually just tie a knot around the turkey's legs, and then I will tie around the barrel, and you can actually see in the 2 videos from Tennessee this year that that's how we carried it out. I like doing it because then I can put the gun over my shoulder. This rope is tied to the barrel, then the other end is tied to the turkey's legs, and then because a lot of times again I'm walking out pretty good ways, and so I'll just carry it like this, and instead of carrying it in here. That's just depending on how I feel that day. I don't always do it like that, but I kind of like to just tossing the turkey over the shoulder and really taking in the moment of, you know, being able to make it happen. Again, I have a lot in this vest and what I carry as a setup because I'm by myself. So I need to have just about everything that I need to where I don't need to go back and forth to the car, or I don't have an extra person, you know, carrying extra things with me. I will show my camera setup in a minute, which is what I really like using for a personal solo setup. So I have the Canon EOS 90D with a 4th arrow attachment here, the swivel with the camera arm sticking out, and then it's a 4th arrow monopod. I think it has 4 adjustable legs, so it swivels here left and right and swivels there up and down, and it's perfect for me for filming by myself. Now you might be asking yourself, what's this? All right, I have it tied all the way around here. Well, that's a great question. What that is main thing for me to be free-handed while I'm turkey hunting, the best that I can be. Besides the gun, but it's slung on my shoulder and it's kind of still out of the way, and I can hit my pot call or box call with it, or I'll just set it up against a tree, but it's pretty easily. The other thing I forgot to mention on the monopod, Fourth Arrow also sells a 6-inch stake that you can screw into the bottom of their monopod with a horizontal platform, like a washer, pretty much. And then you can step on it and shove it into the ground. And that's how that, as you've seen in the video, is sitting now. It's stuck into the ground, and then it just all connects as one piece. Primos, they have these D-loops right here. So this D-loop right here, I put that D-ring on this D-loop, and then it just sits right here, and then I'm done. And if I do need to, film something, or if there's something that I want to film, whether I'm calling, trying to strike a turkey or whatever, it just detaches from this super quick and easy. I can shove it into the ground super quick and easy, and then I'm good. To my other side, I think this gun will hold 3 shells of 3.5, and then four or 5 on the 3-inch. But I think this holds 1 in the chamber, and then 2, maybe 3 in the magazine on the 3.5-inch shells. When I'm hunting with my other gun, with either the Remington that you've seen, which I just gave that to my buddy, so I won't be hunting with that anymore. But I have the CZ that also shoots, that I shoot the 3-inch Federals out of, with the that Carlson's full choke tube on that CZ double barrel 12 gauge. I shoot these 3-inch Federals TSS between 7 and 9, and they've all shot great out of that gun. But I'll keep some extra rounds in there, just for the sake of it, just in case for some reason I don't load it. I've always got these extra in here. Same as the other side here. I have the top zipper right here. I have my little scar case, my cutter, and then this is a Primo's gobble call. I rarely use it, but I bought it years and years ago, and from time to time I'll use it, but it's there in case I need it. So I keep that stuff in there, and I like smoking a cigar every once in a while when I'm out there in the turkey woods, whether I've killed or not. I like to smoke me a hoagie, but this is pretty much, what it is here. It's a lot, but I've grown used to it. I've added to it over the years have come. But on this side, again, I'm hunting all day long. So, I'm eating, I'm drinking. If you pee, we're guys, we do our thing, right? Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go. And I'm the guy that's, because when I gotta go, there ain't no question about it. So, I carry around a pack of these. Always. I would rather almost forget my bullets before I forgot these. Because I don't really like walking around with no sock or underwear. So I carry around some dude wipes because, dude, when you gotta go, I've scratched with leaves before. I ain't against it, but I don't want to scratch my rear end with leaves or poison ivy and so on and so forth. So I carry these around, and this is what I use. And then typically I'll bury a hole and, do what I have to do. I have those. Now also in this, again, hunting all day long. So I have a extra charger with me. This is a Nebo portable charger. Works great. This is the 12,000 series. And again, guys, I'm not advertising like these products because I'm being paid to do so. I'm simply, this is what I've bought, what I've researched, and what I decided to buy. So I'm just giving you guys names and kind of really specifying the product in detail, just because of, I just, in case you want to go get it, then you can. But I'm not being advertised for any of this stuff. It's really what truly works for me in the woods. Again, mainly because I'm self-filming a lot, so I need to have a power bank for my phone. I have in my camera back here, which I do not carry this, but in this I have the lens that I have on the camera currently. I have another lens so I can reach out to further distances that I carry with me. And then I have also an extra battery that I carry with me as well, which I have several batteries in here. This is the tie wire that I'm using that's wrapped around the camera to the D-ring so I can hook to here. Nothing special. I have other batteries in here, and I always charge these before I leave on a trip. What I'm getting ready to actually add is one of those chargers that you can plug into the cigarette lighter that have the ability of taking one of these, because I got 120 volts in the car, an old Smurf here. So, but again, I carry everything that I really think that I could possibly need. So when I'm out in the field, and if I'm working a gobbler, or if I want to sit and take a break and have something to eat, charge my phone because it's dying, because I use Onyx, I use Spartan Forge, and if I'm going back and forth, using the phone a lot, trying to mark stuff on the map, really study the map, where I'm going, what I'm doing, where I should go to next, where did he gobble, and you know, putting a plan together, it kills your phone. And you know, I try to delete any other apps that I'm not using, so that way it does last as long as possible. But I have that ability in there. It's hanging, and again, I went over in the beginning, I have my fan back here, so I can sit down, use that, and do some scratching noises. Or if I might be sitting next to a log, a lot of times if turkeys are jumping over things, they flap their wings super quick, and it'll brush up against the log. So I even try to do that to make it sound like turkeys are like fanning out, and kind of just, you know, really create the feeling to a tom that it's comfortable over here. And just like super subtle noises that I think most people don't really consider when they're turkey hunting to make. They just focus too much on yelping and cutting. But these other noises that turkeys constantly make is they fan out, and it blows all the leaves everywhere, and then they go down back to feeding. They'll do that when they brush up against other falling down debris. It's that little stuff that the hen turkey will do that a tom can really hear from a lot further than what we give credit for. That is, what are you doing? All right. What do you say to the camera? Huh? Say, thank you guys for watching. This is my dad's turkey gear setup, and he's awesome. Best turkey. What? You gotta tell them that. If I say it, they're not gonna believe me. But this is my setup. Just go out, hunt, have fun. I recommend going with your buddies, and the best way that you possibly can. You know, pack a lot of stuff, everything you might think you might possibly need. You may never even bring it out of the car or the truck, but go hunt for a few days, set up a trip, go chase some turkeys in some different places. Hunting turkeys in the mountains this year was phenomenal. It was an experience I've never had before, and it was amazing. And so just really get out there, spread the love of the outdoors, share the memories with as many people as you possibly can, and you know, let's hunt. And that's all I can really say is let's just get out there and enjoy what we do the most, and that's being in this lovely creation and sharing, creating memories you never thought you could create.
I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch. If this gear setup video gave you a few ideas for your next turkey adventure next spring, show me some love and be sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you all out in the woods.